guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shanice. Welcome. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys the best makeup brushes and sponges that I use to ensure that my makeup applies flawlessly every single time. I'll also be showing you guys a few tips and tricks that I use. So if you guys are interested in seeing this, then keep on watching. All the products that I'm using will be listed down below in the description box. Right here, I'm toning my skin and moisturizing because in order for your makeup to apply flawlessly, it starts with your skincare. If you don't moisturize and take care of your skin underneath, then the makeup will not apply flawlessly. If you guys want to stay updated with me, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at IamNeCJ_, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So the first brush I'm going to mention actually doesn't have a name. It's more about the size and the shape of the brush. So as you guys can see, this brush is slightly bigger than ones that I used to use. And this just helps you to get more coverage when carving out your brows, and it makes it much easier. So the brush I'm using to blend out my concealer around my brows is the Real Techniques 210 brush, the Expert Concealer Brush. This brush is kind of fluffy and dense at the same time. It's kind of hard to explain, but it makes it super easy to blend out the concealer around your brows. I know some brushes, if they're too fluffy or too dense, it makes it kind of hard to blend out the concealer, but this one is perfect and will make your job a lot easier. So this brush is a small fluffy brush from the Morphe Face the Beat collection, and I use this to apply my primer. Now I used to apply my primer with my fingers most of the time, which I know a lot of people do, but once I started using a brush, I noticed a big difference in the way my foundation applied on top of the primer. So for my foundation brushes, I'm going to show you guys two options that I like to use. The first one is the Morphe E63 foundation brush, and the second one is another brush from the Morphe Face de Beat collection, so it doesn't have individual name, but it is the flat top brush. I use either one of these to blend out my foundation. So after blending out my foundation with my brush, I like to go back in with a sponge on top of it just to make sure that it's really settling into my skin. The first beauty blender that I have is from Amazon. It's called Paw Paw Beauty Blender. I have it linked down below. And the second one is the Sonia Kashik Marble Sponge. Using a beauty sponge to blend out your foundation after you use a brush will make the biggest difference in your application. It just makes your skin look super airbrushed and super smooth. So I told you guys I was going to give y'all a few tips. So here's tip number 1. After applying your concealer, you're going to spray your face with a little setting spray so that the concealer stays moist while you're blending it out and it doesn't get dry. Sometimes if you take too long to blend out your concealer, it'll get dry and cause patches under your eyes. So I use the E.L.F setting mist on my face before blending out my concealer, and this helps it apply so smooth, you guys. So smooth. So tip number 2 is right before you're ready to apply your setting powder to set your under eyes and wherever else you put your concealer, you're going to spray your face once again with that same setting spray, blend it out a little, and then set your face as soon as you're finished blending it. If you let it sit, it'll get creases and then you're going to set the creases. So make sure you're blending it out a little bit and then applying the powder right after. So this is optional, but I'm going to put some powder right underneath where I'm going to put my bronzer so that once everything's blended out, it'll give my face more definition and make my jawline pop a little bit more because I do have a rounder face. The next brush is the Real Techniques number 400 blush brush, and I use this brush to apply my bronzer. I don't really contour or use blush, so I kind of use my bronzer as all of that in one. So I don't want it to be super precise, so this brush is super big and fluffy and it helps with that. So this brush is my favorite eyeshadow brush. It is the Morphe B81 brush, and I use this brush to apply most of my eyeshadow looks, but I especially use it if I'm using one eyeshadow because it just gives this super flawless blown out look. So I'm using that to apply my eyeshadow today. So this is tip number 3. I'm going to be using 2 setting sprays. Right here, I'm using the same setting spray that I used before I blended out my concealer. And then I'm going to do my eye makeup off of camera, my lashes and my eyeliner. And then I'm setting it again with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. The next brush is also from the Morphe Face the Beat collection, and it is the highlighter brush. This brush is just super precise in applying highlighter, so I love it. So this is tip number 4 and the final tip, and this is all about your lips. I feel like when it comes to lips, it brings your entire look together and makes it that much more flawless. So you always want to use a lip liner that's darker than your skin tone, and you're gonna outline the outer corners of your lips and around your entire lip, as you guys see me doing here. And then I like to use a pink gloss in the center, and I use a clear gloss on the corners and blend it all together, and it just gives your lips this really defined look that pulls the entire look together and makes you look even more flawless. If you're a matte girl, that's fine too, but I love my glosses. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope these tips help you out. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.